Chief Sheriff.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Public Safety Headquarters. Good morning, Mayor, Sheriff Lavater, visiting sheriffs. We are here today to give you an update on an important case that we've been investigating, and I want to commend the work of the investigators of the Atlanta Police Department who've been working tirelessly on this case to bring about the resolution you hear about today. But it's important for me to acknowledge the other families who have lost loved ones to violence and to crime, and for them to know that this department continues to work aggressively around the clock on their loved one's case as well. And the same measures that brought about the update of the arrest you will hear today continues to be applied in those cases. And this department will not rest until we bring justice to every family who has lost someone to crime. And so please know that is our commitment as a police department to everyone. And what you'll hear about today, that talent continues to be applied to your case as well. So this morning I'd like to ask Deputy Chief Hampton, who commands our Criminal Investigation Division, to come forward to give an update on this case and to continue to let the family of James Thomas Jr. know that they are in the prayers of the Atlanta Police Department, and we continue to grieve with you at this time. Chief.
Good afternoon, Deputy Chief Charles Hampton Jr. As everyone remembers, on December 29th in the early morning hours, James Thomas Jr. Was shot and killed on the 1900 block of Bolton Road. On yesterday afternoon, the two detectives behind me that worked on this case, Scott DeMeester, Kevin Lee, and Packer, was able to identify a suspect, get him apprehended by Zone 1 patrol officers, and he is in custody at the, I believe, Cobb County Jail now. But again, as Chief Sheriff stated, this was just great work by the team, homicide team, our crime scene technician. We spent hours canvassing, looking for additional information. But also it shows the work of citizens, the 911 caller, some truck drivers that had dash cam videos, and just the technology that the city of Atlanta has to lead to investigations and success like this. So again, Alton Oliver, 26-year-old male, was taken into custody, charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of firearm during a commission of a felony. And he was arrested yesterday. But again, this work could not have been done by the two investigators behind me. The day, early morning, when they initially received the call, they worked over New Year's to bring this to a successful conclusion. So great work by Team Homicide again. And at this time, Mayor will come up.
Thank you, Chief Hampton. And I first want to say my thoughts and prayers remain with this family as they grieve right now, and also to the co-workers of our friend and Deputy James Thomas Jr. I continue to pray for the strength and the resolve of his family, and to this whole family unit, the team members here, the co-workers, those that are in law enforcement, as we've lost one. I also want to thank the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department, as was stated by Chief Shearbaum and stated by Chief Hampton. This is a result of good police work in bringing individuals who commit heinous crimes, bringing those individuals to justice. While the investigation is still ongoing, as this individual has been incarcerated now, there's still a lot that we are learning in this process, and what we do know is that this is a preventable death. You have heard me say this before recently and time again, that Atlanta is a group project, and our lives are intertwined as we are all responsible, really responsible truly for each other. So as was mentioned by Chief Hampton, our camera network called Connect Atlanta was very instrumental in helping bring this individual to justice. So I encourage businesses and residents to sign up for connectatlanta.org. That's connectatlanta.org. These great citizens, these truck drivers that helped us with the dash cam, and also the other individuals who we were able to utilize the camera network to bring this individual to justice. This is helpful in doing so. Earlier this year, we had a goal of getting 10,000 cameras, and we've exceeded that in 2022. So now we want to keep going in 2023. If there's one thing that's true, as all of us can do to put an end to this illness of senseless gun violence, and that is for us to do our part, our moral obligation. APD and Fulton County Sheriff's Office have worked together tirelessly time and time again, and this is another a tribute to our commitment of collaboration. I've been here just a few weeks ago when we worked together, and it's good to see our partners here for Gwinnett and Cobb that are working together. So thank you again to the men and women of law enforcement for putting their lives on the line each and every single day for citizens and visitors of this city to make us feel safe. Unfortunately, as we have seen in this case, that can come at a great cost. And so again, my heart goes out to the families of this deputy and to this family unit of co-workers that we have together between the Sheriff's Department and Sheriff's Office and the City of Atlanta Police Department. And so now I will turn it over to my friend and colleague, our Sheriff Pat Labatt.
Good morning. I would first like to thank the mayor for his leadership, and certainly Chief Sherbaum, and really for their constant and stalwart support. Certainly across the nation as sheriffs, and we have two of the best with us here today, Kibo Taylor from Gwinnett County, as well as Sheriff Owens, if you recall, not too long ago just lost 2 deputies as well. So as the mayor said, this endless gun violence needs to stop. Early last Thursday morning, I had the unenviable task of reaching out to a mother, reaching out to a family, reaching out to our work family to inform them of the loss of Fulton County Deputy James Thomas. I'd like to thank all of you for the hundreds of texts, emails, prayers, constant prayers, as well as phone calls. As you can imagine, we are grieving with the family, but we're also wrapping our arms around the family in love and supporting them. We're extremely grateful to the investigative work that led to the quick arrest. The family needs time to heal, and we ask that you give them the grace and space to do so. We often talk about the special relationship between Fulton County and Atlanta. This is a great example of what true law enforcement collaboration looks like. This is what it looks like when you put our community first. A special thanks goes out to the Atlanta Police Foundation and every level of the Atlanta Police Department. Chief Sherbaum, Chief Titus, Chief Hampton, and the lead investigators who worked tirelessly to get this killer off the street. It's the dogmatic excellence shown by the Atlanta Police Department and the homicide unit at times like this that I am reassured and energized of our commitment to fight crime and build safer communities. It is why the brave women and men of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office and the Atlanta Police Department serve like no other. As you may know, Deputy Thomas was born and raised in Mississippi, and he'll be laid to rest in his hometown. And for many who have asked how we can honor Deputy Thomas, we are having a moment of remembrance on Thursday at 6:30 at the Fulton County Government Center in Assembly Hall. Lastly, the Lampkin family has set up a GoFundMe account to help with funeral expenses. You can find those links on the Fulton County Sheriff's app, as well as Twitter at Fulton County handle, as well as Facebook. So we would also ask the members of media here today to please share that link as well. So thank you again, Mayor, and thank you, Chief Sherbaum, for you and your team. Thank you.
We will take questions.
What more can you tell us about the suspect, James Alton Oliver? Is that his name? Has he had any prior criminal history?
Yes, just the criminal history is just traffic related, nothing of violence in his criminal history.
How did you track down the suspect, and how did the camera network come into play?
Again, the gentleman behind me, just working, looking at the cameras, they were able to get some lead on a vehicle. We know that a co-worker dropped him off. And again, just from there, just the hard work that these men behind me did to gain the information, and then they just went to the workplace of the individual and was able to have a traffic stop conducted and get him to custody on yesterday.
Deputy Chief, was this a drive-by incident? Can you tell me a little bit about that? And do you have any idea what the motivation was at this point?
And as you know, for me, I really don't like to get into the details. There's another process. There is a court process that has to take place. But I will tell you that the suspect was on foot. And right now, there's some type of argument that escalated to the gunfire.
Any word on any connection between the suspect?
Right now, it appears that they did not have any previous relationships or knowledge of one another. Just this, whatever happened out there on the street. And as I think the mayor stated, there's still some work to do that these gentlemen have to do to get this trial ready. But it does not appear at this time that there was any previous associations.
Deputy Chief, was the shooting prior to the accident with the vehicles, or did it happen around the same time? Can you tell me the timeline?
And again, obviously, being struck, there's going to be in a motor vehicle. The accident appears to happen immediately after the victim was shot.
All right, thank you, everyone.